Haunt the network. Here we go. But a draw. A draw my ass. What the hell was that? They exploded. I won. Ladies and gentlemages, welcome back to another episode with Mana Man, and today's juicer is Grixis Artifacts. That is right. So, obviously, you kind of notice here with the top end, let's just establish what we got. Haunt the Network. So this card is absolutely amazing. It is not too many times where you really have an uncommon and standard to have as your like top end. Pretty insane, all things considered, but choose target opponent, and then you're gonna create 2 Thopters, and then you're gonna drain and gain, which X equals the number of artifacts you control, which is pretty nuts. We do have a lot of artifacts, obviously, but what I kind of like to do is have a throwback to the Gleaming Geardrake. Look at this thing. This card is everything that you really want it to be in this deck. Whenever it enters, you investigate, so you're going to get 2 artifacts for the price of 1. And then whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 on this creature. Pretty freaking sick, all things considered. So we do have Chandra. Chandra will be sacrificing artifacts, or sometimes you discard a card, hopefully not. But if we can get into Chandra -7, you get an emblem whenever an artifact you control enters, you're going to deal 3 damage to any target. That is pretty much going to be the game winner because we have so many different artifacts, obviously. So this Chandra is a little bit disappointing in terms of like power level, because I know people want this, they always want the latest Planeswalker to be super good, but I think this is a very, very good shell for our Chandra, and we're going to show it off today. So other than that, we do have like a little bit of like Braids, kind of like sacrificey type stuff here, but because we are artifacts, we do run this Mephitic Draught. I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly, but nevertheless, it is a nice little card. It is an artifact, which kind of helps out your affinity. We have the Demonic Junker. So the Demonic Junker, for some reason, I always feel like when I play this, I'm like, I really wish it could Planeswalkers, which it does not. So that's the reason why I'm running the Bitter Triumph instead of something like Go for the Throat. We do have like generic removal as far as like Tithing Blade and stuff like that, and even like a Grim Bauble, and of course we're running like the Last Ride. So if you will notice, I am running like these Verges instead of like the Pain Land, the Fast Land. I am a little bit nervous about running like Pain Lands because obviously don't have a whole lot other than Haunt the Network itself. We don't have a lot of like life gain or anything like that, so that is what it is. We also have the Gearhulk. Sometimes the Gearhulk and the Last Ride don't really like mesh very well together, but the Last Ride, it is, I mean, you know, it's just too good of a card. This is Ether Drift. We want to kind of focus on the Ether Drift with a callback to the Gleaming Geardrake, and this is pretty much the deck here. I mean, just, it's a fun little deck. We also like the Fanatical Offering, sacrifice an artifact or creature, yada yada, etc, etc. So without further ado, yeah, let's just go ahead and establish what we got going on here. I think we kind of did a decent job. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the Mana Rocks. The Mana Rocks are the patrons and the YouTube channel members that do help out the channel directly, financially, and they mean the absolute world to me. So let's go ahead and give a special round of applause for our new member. We got Lumba. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. Sorry in advance, but Lumba, thank you so much for your contribution. And like I said, it's means the absolute world to me. So let me know what you guys want to see. Feel free to join the Discord, all that shenanigans, whatever nonsense. So thank you so much to Lumba again. Just keep in mind that only you can help protect the ether with me, so make sure to leave a like on the video. Button looks just like this. Without further ado, let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. DF King, how you doing here? Let's see if you are indeed royalty. I think, oh my god, there's not many times where I, like, literally build around and constructed, hello, Mr. Dragon, with Haunt the Network. Haunt the Network's being an uncommon is kind of crazy for how good it actually is. Nevertheless, sometimes the Verges here are extremely awkward. I don't know, maybe I should have just gone in for, like, the regular, like, Pain Lands and, like, Quick Lands or whatever the hell, but I think eventually we are going to have to switch into, like, the Verges when everything starts rotating. I know, rotation, right? Rotation, let's not think about that. But what I will tell you what we are going to think about is the Bitter Triumph and how good it actually is. This is the reason why I love Bitter Triumph over, like, Go for the Throat and stuff like that. Could you imagine not being able to kill this Jace? Like, it would be... Oh, I don't even want to think about it. So let's go ahead and unlock the Verge here so that we can just go in straight in for a Braids, but kind of unfortunate that we don't get into a Urabrask Forge or anything like that. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. I would really like to go for the Forge instead, but so it seems like they're stuck on lands as well. We're still a little clogged up here. Can't go for the Forge, but what we can do is hold up a Fanatical Offering. I do think we probably should go in for like the the more traditional type mana base for 3 color here, but let's not worry about that. Let's worry about just winning. Definitely want to wait for them to tap out before I go for Fanatical Offering. Any card that's like as an additional cost, sacrifice a creature when they counter it. Whew. All right, right down. I'm just gonna go for it. I do not think they have Spell Pierce. Let's just go ahead and get rid of you. I highly doubt. Most decks are not running Spell Pierce. Very good. Spell Pierce there would be pretty disgusting, so... Alright. Got an Oildeep Gearhulk. Well, I mean, kind of weird that we have specifically 2 blue sources and 2 black sources before we even get into a single red source. But nevertheless, we're going to try this out. Yeah, I mean, like, we got to burn through the counter spells at some point, so... Still stuck on land, eh? Alright, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's go for black. Both of us are having some mana problems. Not very good, but... I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, we definitely wanted to overload blue a little bit, but now we just go for the map. Doesn't seem like they have a get lost or anything, or maybe they're just a little gun shy. Getting down Urabrask Forge would be the absolute nuts here, so... At this point, I only have 1 land left open, so now I'm probably going to map token the Summoning 6 Siren. Don't want to go all in onto the Siren, but then again, they do have Elspeth Smite. Still on the hunt for this red source. Yeah, now I'm starting to feel a little bit bad about this. They have Elspeth Smite, then we get punished really hard. Alright, right, that makes me feel a little bit better, so... Yeah, Elspeth Smite. Usually, I don't know, does Control main deck it? But... Nevertheless, we do get to unlock all of our Verges here with 1 simple card, which feels amazing. Alright, so it doesn't really matter here if we go for Chandra or Urabrask Forge. I highly doubt it's getting resolved, so... Kind of just pick whatever. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we do have a 2/2 flyer. I mean, it's not exactly nothing. You are on the clock, King. King me with my pawn. Beza is not great. At least they don't get the card draw. Or, I mean, you know, it could be worse. But now that they are tapped out, let's waste absolutely no time and go straight in for our Forge. And I think we're going to go in for the Gleaming Geardrake. Rather than... I guess we could have waited for the Geardrake to kind of bluff maybe something. Maybe they'd be a little bit more gun-shy on blocking with the Beza. We also could have Fanatical Offering the token from the Forge, but I want to get damage on the board. And Geardrake helps do that. Obviously, even if they go for like Sunfall to clear the board, which kind of indicates this is what's happening with the Beza attack here. But we still have Haunt the Network. Even if they do clear the board, like, it's really not that bad. Oh, another Beza. Okay, I mean, that's not horrible. So now we're going to be a little bit careful here on what we want to do. Now that we do have, you know, if you just have one of those Surveil lands, all these Verges become really, really nice late game, because now they're not tapped. So early in the game, it definitely, I'm trying to justify it. It still was pretty damn bad. If you can just get one of those early Surveil lands, those Verges are really good late game compared to the fast lands. Kind of sitting, speaking of mana, we're kind of sitting a little bit awkward. Guess we'll just do this for now. I'm just gonna go for Haunt the Network, man. I know it's a little risky. They do have 2 treasure tokens, so get lost. Or even like a negate is in play. Wow, we get it. Okay. Cool. So we are kind of awkward. I would love to be able to Fanatical Offering and Haunt the Network, so I think a board clear is pretty likely here. No, really? Okay, well, another land is kind of decent. I mean, we're definitely just going all in on the attacks. I'm a little confused as to why they're attacking on the ground. Do they really think that they're going to outspeed me? Like, do they really think they're going to win a race? I'm not really sure what's going on there. Why are they swinging it on the ground? Braids out. Let's go for the Fanatical Offering. Let's do that. We still have enough for a Haunt the Network. No counters, no problem. Okay. Could go for the clue to kind of get the Geardrake to kind of like hedge our bets. I think I'm gonna do that. I am scared of a counterspell, very much so. So I think we'll just kind of do this, put a little bit of more pressure on them. This is not lethal. It would have been lethal if I go for Haunt the Network, but I kind of want them to commit elsewhere. And plus the Fanatical Offering. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Maybe I should have held like full control, but whatever. I think we're going to keep this on top. That's 2 artifacts for the Haunt the Network. Let's assume that they clear the board, right? That's still 2 artifacts on the back end. So, I think that's okay. Just get this nice and big, whatever. They seed it. They see the Gleaming Geardrake. But even if they do clear the board, we got Gleaming Geardrake and a Forge, which would be 3. So that is lethal with Haunt the Network alone. And that's if they do clear the board. I mean, they still have to clear the board. So, I don't know. I think we're looking pretty okay here. Still swinging on the ground. A little surprising. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure why they're swinging on the ground as a control deck, but maybe, you know, maybe they've got 1,000 reps with this deck and they know what's going on, kind of. I don't know. And we have lethal in the air, literally, so they have to do something here, obviously. You have 6 mana sources here. I guess I just kind of assume that the Sunfall's coming, but I mean, even if it is, I don't know. Chase the Perfected Mind. Alright, that's not really going to get it done. So, I mean, they shrink 1 creature. I'm just a little surprised as to why they're swinging in on the ground. I know I've said that about 5,000 times. I'm going to try and just go for Haunt the Network right now. We do... They have to have negate, pretty much, right? I got 3 manas left open. We get around a No More Lies. I mean, you can spot remove an artifact. It doesn't matter. You've got 3 life, my friend. We are going to Haunt that. That's it. That's it. Haunt the Network for the win. Alright, man. Round 2. Let's get it. Looking pretty good here, especially with a Undercity Sewers. Hopefully we can kind of fix up our mana problems, because we full-blown display about how the mana can be a little awkward. Negate is great, but come on, we got to get into our 3rd land here. So we have a Duress on turn 2, so we'll stay kind of busy. Tithing Blade, you know what? We're kind of already in that nervous zone. We already did take a Surveil, so hopefully we can just get into... Oh, wow. No More Lies on a Duress. Alright, I don't know if that... I mean... Is that worth it? I don't know. They gotta have something kind of juicy to kind of protect here, so... Here it is, man. Stock up. The one thing about stock up that is actually, like, really, really good for, like, a lot of decks is obviously Urabrask Forge. You have to resolve the Forge first, and because stock... Oh, my... Thank God. Oh, my God. Phew. Okay. So, thank goodness we get the Urabrask Forge down. The thing with stock up is you have to tap out for it. Don't get me wrong, you know, stock up is a phenomenal card, but tapping out for it could be the death of you. Now we get like a turn to kind of just do whatever we want. Urabrask Forge. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, planeswalkers, whatever. Even if you're in like a control mirror, there's opposing Jaces and whatnot. So I definitely would like to resolve my Chandra, like, no doubt about that. So we're going to try and swing in with this and then sacrifice the creature. So no Rise End or anything like that. I'm still going to go for it. We still kind of have to, so let's go for Braids. I want to keep my Chandra, so I highly doubt they don't have a counterspell here. Yep, that's fine. Fine-ish. So what's the plan here? Yeah, I mean, just getting down an Urabrask Forge is so huge. What do they typically do? I guess they could have, like, Exercise, or they could have, their stock ups. This is a little scary, though. I mean, it is a +1. And they do get a lot of stuff going on for them, yeah. So, the Drought is pretty fun. It's a pretty fun card. I think it's probably one of the first cards I do sideboard out. Well, let's try. Gotta try it. I think we're gonna try. Chandra, come on, Chandra. Alright. Even in negates, they are packing negates, which makes me a little nervous. Because even Haunt the Network now is a little weakened. So we're starting to run a little bit low on lands. Fortunately, they only get life gain, which is pretty nice. I think before we do want to set up the Haunt the Network, we're just going to start go for Tithing Blade. Tithing Blade is not super strong in this matchup, obviously. Oh, we actually did get a little bit punished here. Hold on, yeah, I'm just thinking about my sequencing here. Because I am going to Drought here. If we top deck into a tap land, we should not have dropped our land. I guess we like save the get lost maybe this way, so we don't have to worry about it. So we held up 3 lands open. I was kind of thinking like the No More Lies angle. Because that's kind of what won us the game last game, but that would have been pretty nasty. So that's Duress. I still got Haunt the Network. Okay, this actually is not that bad. This is not that bad. You know what? I don't really care about the Day of Judgment so much. I think it's going to be Ride's End, because, you know, get lost, we get map tokens. The Ride's End is really the most potent thing. Because Day of Judgment, that doesn't hurt our Urabrask Forge at all. So it's going to have to be Ride's End. And come to think of it, I have never actually gone in for the Tithing Blade and crafted it. But I think this might be one of the times where we do it. I mean, you can get lost here, but like we get map tokens. I don't think they want to give us map tokens. That feels pretty weird. I'm actually going to do this instead of going in for Haunt the Network. We know what they have in their hand now. So we're going to craft. And we have to craft with a creature. I guess we could, yeah, we'll just go in for the token. While we have it. Craft with creature. This is my first time ever crafting Tithing Blade. Here we go. Cool. I'm probably reading it. Yeah, this is an artifact. This is not an enchantment. So consuming Spectre, whatever the hell. You know what? I'm going to try that. Pretty good, though. I mean, that is a win condition. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, they do get a little bit of life here, which is fine. But that is a win condition as far as I'm concerned. I mean, 1 life per turn that you can't get rid of. Yep, that's right, baby. Peck away. Ooh, and a last ride. There we go. We're starting to really cook here. So let's go in for you. Of course they can get lost. Again, though, that get lost, though. I think if you're running get lost, you absolutely have to, under, you know, all circumstances, you have to run temporary lockdown. So, I mean, we just still get to trample through, so, like, whatever. The last ride. Give me an oops. I mean, they probably would have done that anyway, so. Just gonna give them some spankings. Haunt the Network. Here we go. But a draw. A draw my ass. What the hell was that? They exploded. I won. Are you seeing this right now? What the? Yeah, I'm gonna need to talk to somebody from Wizards ASAP. A draw. Like I said, I don't know. Your rank doesn't always go up after every win, so I don't know if that win counted or not. You know, we're just gonna keep doing what we do, baby. Spyglass Siren. Gonna hopefully find our red source for the Urabrask Forge. Duress. Well, most likely gonna get rid of my Forge. Unfortunate, but such is life. So, ooh, I did not want to see this cut down. That is actually really problematic for me. Because I can't go in for the, whatchamacallit, the map token on our creature scot-free, because they are holding up priority, so this just screams cut down. I'm going to go for the Fanatical Offering, do this now, because they are running blue. I don't want this to get countered, so we got to do this now. And I'm not using the map token on the creature, because, again, they have, cut down, I'm assuming. Yep, there it is. Alright, so we get our Fanatical Offering. We get our +1. Feels pretty good. Not exactly sure what we're playing. I guess we could take a peek and see. So, again, having some mana issues, though. We definitely have to address that. I thought I was going to have, like, some, like, rotation-proofy type stuff, but it's not the biggest problem. So we can still go for, like, Last Ride. Like, we're still going to, like, not... We're still going to be able to play some stuff. Oh, they didn't even counter. They just drew 2, drew discard? Okay. But yeah, I would love to drop down the Gleaming Geardrake here, but unfortunately, mana is saying no. Oh, this is Doomsday Excruciator. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of that, and then we'll go in for the Last Ride. The Last Ride, we can just start, like, popping ourselves to draw. That's fine. I don't think life is going to be a resource in this one. See, the top deck Tome is actually really annoying, because the Tome is going to, like, accrue a lot of value. That's actually, I'm actually kind of annoyed by that. Let's go for Siren. Obviously, this is not great here, because, you know, they've got the cut down, so we're kind of in that same predicament. I guess I'll just pass. Don't even cut me down immediately. It's kind of annoying. Maybe we should have just gone in for a Last Ride trigger. So now that they do the Jace, it's not that bad, though. Okay. Maybe we go for Fanatical Offering on one of these maps. We gotta get into a red source eventually, right? I guess not. Alright, map number 1. I mean, just land. I mean, just at least hit me. Yeah, at least give me lands. Like, jeez. Alright, let's burn these map tokens. See if we got something going on here. Haunt the Network. I love you, Haunt the Network. But, I mean, we need some lands, I think. Alright. How are we sitting here? They obviously are at least one more turn away from going in for Doomsday Excruciator, obviously. They're just going to mill me for the +1. Makes sense.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Waste no time with the cut down. That's fine. Are they going to hit their... They don't. Wow. So that's actually really notable. If they don't hit their land drop, we don't have to worry about the Doomsday Excruciator for another turn, which is really nice. So let's go for the Gearhulk. I'm kind of expecting a counterspell here, unfortunately. Oh, that one sucks. That one sucks because if we know they're running Phantom Interference, we can kind of wait for another land and then pay it. So that actually really does suck. Damn. They go for another -2. Okay, so they have to be kind of careful here. We do have Chandra. Chandra can actually make a haste. We do have haste in the deck. Another Tome. They miss another land drop. Wow, they do. Okay, okay. Here's our chance. I could get really greedy and go in for the Drought and try to search for an untapped land, but I just don't think that's really the move here. Alright, let's go for Chandra. I still have 34 cards left in my deck. I don't think it is really going to matter too much. I think it's basically just... I think it's just basically to get the Doomsday Excruciator off. Let's go ahead and swing in. Goodbye, Jace. Pretty nice there. The Gleaming Geardrake does set up very, very nicely because, you know, it's still just a warm body. Oh, that's unfortunate. Shelly's... Oh, yeah, that's just really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Undercity Sewers. So they're missing a lot of land, which is pretty unfortunate for us. I do like the Siren, but... Let's go for Gleaming Geardrake. We know that they are running Deadly Cover-Up. I think right now we're going to do this, obviously. Push for damage with these vehicles. The Gleaming Geardrake does seem to be really, really synergistic with the Chandra. Just getting the artifact down, just getting the crew ability down. Feels pretty good. So this is kind of a weird spot because we have 3 left open mana. And I would like to go for like a Drought. Or maybe even another Geardrake, but it's more like mana efficient just to go for the Last Ride. Plus, I kind of want to get the Last Ride. I want to get my life kind of down. This game is far from over. Like, this is going to be a grind because they have 2 tomes, which also gains life and gives them card advantage. So this is going to be a grind. I feel like I don't know where we sit here. So now that we have our unlocked Undercity Sewers, all these verges are just like candy on top, which is, of course, kind of why I designed it with the verges rather than the Painland and like Painland, Fastland, whatever. Gleaming Geardrake, here we go. So now we're gonna do this. So now the other Geardrake can actually swing in. We can start maybe start accruing some value here. Yeah, let's go and do this. Let's put a little bit of pressure on them. Tome. Okay. The only thing is, again, we're sitting a little bit weird here. I mean, ooh, Oildeep Gearhulk is, I mean, for obvious reasons, that's really nice. Can get rid of the Doomsday Excruciator if they miss another land drop, which I don't think they are going to. Let's do this instead of the last ride, just so that we get a little bit more damage on the board. Maybe we really pigeonhole them into like trying to go in for like a deadly cover-up, rather than just dropping down the Doomsday Excruciator. Tome, sure. Yeah, these tomes are going to gain them life, though, so that's pretty gross. Come to think of it, they are down to 10, and I kind of like that vehicle that Chandra makes. Gives us a little bit of like a hedged bet, I guess you could say, because we dodged board wipes, which is kind of nice. I'm assuming Excruciator, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. It's either Excruciator or Deadly Cup. Oh, Duress. I mean, all things considered, I'm not really that. I'm not under duress from this Duress. That's for sure. What are they gonna get rid of? I don't even know. Drought. Okay. I guess the drought's a little better than I thought. Okay, Restless... Oh, not a Restless Reef at Undercity Sewers. That Restless Reef is super annoying, though. It's basically an I win button. They just hold up priority against me. They must have set a stop at my upkeep. I don't know what that was all about. I guess we'll just Duress while we have the Oildeep Gearhulk, so that we can probably get rid of the Doomsday Excruciator. But let's go ahead and clear a path first. So a non-token creature of my choice. It was kind of nice. What's kind of nice about the Edict is that we at least, because we're sacrificing, so let's do this before we sacrifice. So we're going to have to sacrifice one of these Geardrakes. But because we are sacrificing, we are going to get, the other Geardrake is going to get bigger. So it's a nice little combo rune. Not really a combo, but. Stock up, stock up, stock up. Go for the throat, eh? Well, go for the throat is useless. So we'll let you have the go for the throat. It's just going to be a stock up then, yeah. I mean, the go for the throat is nothing. So that's fine. Just kind of mapping out how I want to do this. I mean, we have the Gearhulk, obviously. I mean, we can't push for lethal, so... Let's go ahead and attack first before we drop the Oildeep Gearhulk. I would hate to, like, get rid of the Excruciator and give them a way to deal with one of my creatures. A cut down on the vehicle or something like that, so... Let's get our damage in. Obviously, these tomes are problematic just because of the life gain. But yeah, no more Excruciator for you. And then we still have 3 left open for the last ride. I mean, I think we're kind of managing relatively well. I can also go for Bitter Triumph on a Jace if they drop it. Yeah, the Gain Light, man. The Tome's a good card. It really is. They've gotten so many cards off of that Tome, and then the Life Gain is on top. Pretty nasty. Stock up's not that problematic, yeah, no. No. Not yet, at least. So at least we're all out. They're all out of the tome. That's nice. That tome, man. Oof. Good card. Really good card, actually. 2 left open mana sources. I'm going to pay 2 life. We're going to draw a card. Last ride into a Forge. Forge is pretty good. I mean, we just like pressure in general. The Bauble is kind of gross. Oof. All right. I mean, we're going to have to Forge. I'm just trying to think if there's any way we can, like, map out a win here. I don't think there really is. What kind of sucks about the Oildeep Gearhulk is it does not really go with the last ride very well, obviously. In this certain circumstance. Oh, wow. What the... Oh, that is unfortunate. Main deck changed the equation. What a... Ooh, I did not expect that at all. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That is... That puts a damper on the day, huh? I was gonna say, I was kind of halfway considering crewing with the Gearhulk to take 1 less damage, just because I don't want the lifelink to go through. So I could have swung in with the vehicle instead, but I don't know. I just don't think that's worth it. Come on, we just take the 1 extra damage from the Oildeep Gearhulk. I think it's close though. You could probably talk me into not taking the lifelink and then just swinging with the vehicle instead by crewing the Gearhulk, but I don't know. Got the cover up. It is not amazing. Got 3 life. We're gonna have to find a way to crew. We should be okay, right? Land, come on now, come on, Dak, come on. We just need literally any creature wins us the game. So let's come on, Dak. Come on, Dak, come on, don't do this, come on. Haunt the Network, can't cast it, wow. Can't crew, can't cast. We're stuck for another turn. That is so unfortunate, man. So we can't cast a 1-drop creature. I guess we could have a Siren, but... Alright, let's go for the Bauble. Let's put a stop at our upkeep here. Unfortunate, man. Fortunately, I don't think they have enough to go for Excruciator and the kill switch. I don't think so, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. They can't Restless Reef and Excruciator me anyway. So we do have Haunt the Network. Haunt the Network would be lethal. I'm just trying to think here. I think with Bauble, we'll Surveil at our upkeep. So God, they drop it. Alright, Doomsday Excruciator. Yep. See, now the only problem is, I think we're still going to do this, but the only issue is I don't know. This is hard. This is hard, ladies and gentlemen mages. I don't know where we sit here, because we're going to go for Bauble. We don't have a path cleared, obviously. And then if we go for Haunt the Network, kind of screwed in that regard as well. So we do get our Gleaming Geardrake, which is nice. Let's draw. But now we have to find 2 ways to kind of... Okay. I think it's going to come down to just dropping down Haunt the Network, because if we go for Gleaming Geardrake, that's not even lethal. So I think we're just going to have to pray they don't have Negate and they have the Phantom Interference. Because if we go... We have 7 mana left open. Or no, excuse me, 8. So let's do this. So we don't have enough for a Gleaming Geardrake and a Bitter Triumph to clear the board, sweep the path, blah, blah, blah. Here it is. Haunt the Network. Haunt the Network. No negate. We got it. Oof. That feels good. Oof.